Welcome to the MS Excel training session. Today we are discussing about date and time functions in Excel. So let me start with the simple functions like now. So what the now function will do, it will return the current system date and time as output. Second function is today. This function will return only the current system date as output. Whenever you take up any date value will have three parts: day, month, year. How to extract them as a day separate, month separate, and year separate? For that, we have three important functions are there: day, month, and year. So let me start with the day function. Generally, Excel will store the date value in the serial number format. So you can see here the day function has written the day value as output. Similarly, we have the month function, pass the date value as a parameter. It returns the month value as output. So similarly, we have an year function. So year function will return the year value as output. Now let me explain you the shortcut keys used for inserting the date and time. So to insert the current date, the shortcut key is Control semicolon. To insert the current system time, the shortcut key is Shift Control colon. So what is the difference between the date, what and time, what you have inserted through using function or by using the shortcut key? The value, date value, time value, whatever we insert through the function will be dynamic. Tomorrow, if you open this file, it will show the tomorrow's date. But whatever the date and time value you will insert through the shortcut key, so will be static. These values will not change tomorrow. Now let us discuss about date arithmetic. So we can add a number to the date value, and also we can subtract a number from the date value. We can have date addition and date subtraction, but we cannot perform the multiplication and division operation on the date value. See, for example, I have taken a date, so I'm mentioning +2. So what basically it will return? So it will return the date, it will return the date after 2 days. So similarly, if you take a date value and if you subtract the date value, so it will return the 2 days prior to today, the previous date, it will display. So next, so we will move on with the function, like a very important function like datadiff function. So what this datadiff function will do? Datadiff function will return the difference between the any two date value in terms of number of years, number of months, and number of days. Generally, we use datadiff function to calculate the age of a person or the experience of the person. So for example, here if you just focus on this example, I have a date of joining 2nd February 2019 and till today, till the current date. So what is the experience of the person in terms of number of years, months, and days? And a datadiff function is a hidden function in Excel. It will not show the syntax. You have to do it manually. You need to select the start date, comma, you need to select the end date, and you will need to find out the difference between the two dates in terms of year. The letter that you have to use is Y. So if you press enter, so it will show 6 years for you. It will show 6 years for you. After calculating the completed years, I want to calculate the remaining months. So what is the function that I am using? Datadiff. So you pass the start date, comma, end date, comma, MYD. The constant that we are using is YD. What YM will do, it will return the number of months remaining after the completed years. So it is showing now 4 months. So next, we have to calculate, after displaying the calculating the completed months. So we need to calculate the completed days, the remaining days. After completed months, the remaining days. Again, we are using the same function, datadiff, followed by, you have to give the start date, So you have to give the end date, and also you have to give the constant like MD. MD stands for the days remaining after the completed months. So the date is 14 days. So the experience of a person is, so as on today, he has completed 6 years, 4 months, and 14 days in the current role. Hope you have understood this one. Now let us move on to the advanced date function. So we have two important date functions are there under the advanced date function category. So in this function, the first function we are talking about is net working days. So let me change this value. So for example, so I'll give start date, like I'll give the start date like 20th April, 20th May 2025. And my my end project end date will be say 16th June 2025. So now I want to calculate the number of working days between these, how many working days I will get to complete my project. It excludes by default the Saturday and the Sunday. The function that we are using is network days function. What parameters it will take? It will take the start date and it will take the end date as parameter, and it returns the number of working days. Number of working days available excluding the Saturday and Sunday will be 20. So next we will also calculate with the networking days the customized holidays. Sometimes what will happen in the country like India or any abroad, any specific country if you take, they will have their own holiday list will be there. So ensure that the holiday will not fall on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, any working day between Monday and Friday. So for example, so if you just take up 12th, assume 12th June is the holiday. Just assume 12th June is the holiday. And then, so what you do, you just use the same, the function net working days. You give the start date, you give the end date, and you select the holiday list here. So which includes the customized holiday. So while calculating the number of working days, apart from excluding Saturdays and Sunday, it will include this holiday and it will return the number of working days available between the two given dates. Next function we have is net work days function international. So what is the speciality of these functions? See, for example, but in some companies or in some organization, so Monday to Saturday will be the working day. Only Sunday is the holiday. So how we can calculate number of working days available between the two given dates? For that kind of calculation, we are using a function called network days international. So here also same parameters we are passing, start date, comma, end date, and you have to include the, here you need to include the holiday. You can see a list has popped up over here. You select the option Sunday only. The predefined code for that is 11. And then you just close it. And it will calculate. See, you can make out the difference here. The number of working days has become 24 because it has included the 4 Saturdays. Whatever the Saturdays also will be considered as a working day. Now next we will just use the networking days with international. So with a customized holiday list. So again, I'll take up the same function, network days international. So give the starting value. So you give the ending value. So you select Sunday only holiday, and also you include the customized holiday list here. So I have mentioned only one holiday. If you have multiple holidays, you can just give the one date below the other date. You can specify. So now you can make out the number of working days here is 23. Next, the last function in this category is workday function. So basically what this workday function will do, workday function will, so in the case of workday function, so basically what we are doing, so we will give the, so in the case of workday function, we will give the starting date and expected number of days to complete a project or a task or an assignment, and it will give you the project completion date or assignment or task completion date. So let me just give, say project starting date is 2nd June 2025. 2nd June 2025 is my project starting days, and number of days I need to complete my project is so around 20 days. So I need to get a completion date. When I'm calculating project completion date, it should exclude the holiday, by default, it will exclude the Saturday and Sunday. The function that we are using is workday function. So this will take two parameters, the starting date of the project and how many days you want to complete the project. Enter. So it will return the project completion date. So based on the first two given parameter. So now let me just take up the same. I'll prepare one customized holiday list for this one. And now, so what we will do? So we'll go ahead with this customized holiday kind of calculation. So how to do that? So you go for the workday function. So you give the start date. So you give the number of days and then you include the holiday list also. Okay, close the bracket, press enter. So now you are getting the completion date as 1st July 2025. So whenever it is calculating this completion date, it will by default, it will consider Saturday, Sunday as a non-working days. Now we will see how to use these function with a Sunday only holiday. So same function we are using. The function that we are using is Network Day International. So you have to specify the starting date. So you need to specify number of days required and you need to select the code for Sunday only holiday. Okay, so now you can see your project can be completed on 25th June 2025. And next here in this scenario, only Sunday only will be included as the holiday. So in the next example, so basically what I am doing, we are trying to find out in with the customized holiday. Okay, so I have given the start date. So I have given the number of days to complete my project and I have selected a predefined code for Sunday only holiday. And then I have selected my holiday list. Okay, so now, so this is your project completion date. Hope you have understood all the date related functions. Thank you.